birthday. First, my luck. I have the pure heart everyone wants. Then Kaori Knight takes my brooch and I can't become Sailor Moon. Think that's bad? The enemy knows my true identity. And worst of all, Darian's become a glass sculpture. Tell me, do you think it's fair all this happens on my birthday? What should I do?
Moon Podcast Escalation! Hello, everyone. My name is Jordan D. White.
My name is Chris Sims, and this is Sailor Business. It's the podcast where we sit down with a friend each and every week and watch an episode of the classic 1992 Sailor Moon anime and talk about just why it is that we love it so much. And we got a real good one. We have, I would say, one of the best moments in the series so far is going to be happening in this week's episode. We are going to be watching episode 102, The Stolen Pure Heart, Usagi's Crisis, originally broadcast on July 16th, 1994. That's what we're up to today.
Why do you mention the original date?
Well, here's what I did, Jordan. I mentioned this before, but Viz was nice enough to send over the Sailor Moon S DVD box set. And it came in a slipcase with a little information book. And it's got an episode guide that has the original Japanese air dates.
Nice.
It's got profiles of the characters. It's got the lyrics to the songs. And I've been flipping through it because I needed... I'm at the end of the DVD. Mm-hmm. The DVD only goes up through 102, and I didn't want to go get the next disc to figure out what the next episode title was for the end of the show. So I just grabbed the book because I'm very lazy, but in a very circuitous way. And one of the things that I got while flipping through it was I was reading through the character profiles of all the Sailor Senshi, and Minako's profile lists her likes as cute boys and volleyball. And I think we've seen that on the show so far.
Yes.
It lists her dislikes as her mother and police officers.
I remember that. Her mother. Yes, that was a weird one.
Yeah, moms and cops. That's what Minako doesn't like. But yeah, that's the episode that we're going to be watching. And to help us out with that, we've invited back a very special friend. We have Catherine Walsh back on the show. Catherine, how are you?
I'm great. Thank you. How are you?
Sleepy. I'm very sleepy. I'm almost always sleepy when we do this show.
I am sleepy as well. And from the nice little break we had, or week break, I was able to find a battery.
Yes.
If we would like to hear. Although it's not as charming as I thought it was.
Oh.
And it's really loud, so...
Let's hear it.
All right, yeah, we should absolutely hear it. If anyone doesn't know what we're talking about, you mentioned in last week's episode that you own a bootleg Sailor Moon clock.
Correct.
And that is what we are about to hear.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh my gosh.
Good morning.
That's enough.
Good morning.
That's enough. We're done.
Wow. It keeps going.
Yeah.
Well, I feel very awake.
Yeah.
Good.
How apropos. So imagine, every morning.
So, Catherine, have there been any Sailor Moon developments in your life recently that you want to talk about on the show?
Oh, actually, yes. There is a Sailor Moon kind of like convention that's happening in the summertime in Toronto, and I'm tabling at it. So I'll have some Sailor Moon art available for purchase there if you're in the area.
Awesome.
Yeah. Oh, and for Christmas, a lovely friend of mine sent me, it's like a Sailor Moon like pin, but it's like Rini. But instead of her face, it just says Brat in sparkly pink letters. And it's fantastic. And
That's
I
pretty
have no
good.
idea what to put it on, but it's beside me, and I am so excited about it.
You should absolutely have prints of the Negaverse 1992 prom photo.
Maybe I'll upgrade it.
Yeah, I think it's amazing. I would love to see a whole series of Negaverse prom photos, to be honest, but
Oh my
I don't.
gosh.
I'm not sure what the others would be. Would it be Jedi and Tetis? Would it be oh god, it would have to be Nephrite and Molly, right?
But I feel like Jedi would be like fawning over Beryl. Beryl's in the limelight,
Maybe.
and Jedi's like off to the side. I don't know. It just always seemed like he was trying real hard to impress her.
I think you are probably right. Beryl's got to be the prom queen, right? She's prom queen Beryl.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Good point.
Would it be Prince Darien as prom king? Evil
Prince
Darien?
Endymion.
Endymion, I'm sorry.
He changes his name to date her.
His alter ego.
Well, Catherine, if people want to hear more about your history with Sailor Moon, they should definitely check out last week's episode. But I think we should just probably move on. Do we have any Sailor business, Jordan?
No, let's get right to it.
I guess we should say I should be back from the cruise by now. So the next couple of episodes that you hear are probably going to be the live episode from the cruise, where we go back to episode 12, and then the Sailor Moon R movie episode that I think we're going to do as a commentary track. Did we decide on that?
No, we'll talk about it. Let's watch the movie first. Let's watch the movie
We'll
first.
figure it out. When you hear this, we have already watched the movie, and so we know exactly what is going on. But we are specters from the past, so we don't know it all.
Ooh.
All right, so let's get right into episode 102 of Sailor Moon S. Jordan, this episode is called
Yes.
Stolen Pure Heart, Usagi's Crisis. And I
Well,
bet
You're
can
never gonna guess.
what the
Nope.
dub was
You're
called.
never gonna guess. It's not gonna happen.
You don't think
I
I'm
will
gonna get
literally swallow glass if you get it.
Wow.
it? Why? Why?
I converted her to the fandom of glass eating.
Ugh. What? There should not be a glass eating fandom.
I don't know. Chris, why don't you give it a shot? It's a 1 in a million chance you'll get it.
Okay, well, let's see here. They usually like to have like alliterative titles. They usually don't have a lot to do with the Japanese titles, and also the last episode was called Birthday Blues Part 1. So I'm gonna
true.
guess, out of left field, this one's called Birthday Blues Part 2.
No.
What?
No, it is. Of course it is.
Of course it is.
Incredible.
Well done. And now Catherine will eat glass live on the podcast.
No, that's not going to happen. What's going to
Let me
happen
get my
is
glass shoe collection over
we're
here.
all going to have a nice time talking about this cartoon we all like. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, but it has a lot of glass people in it, so we're going to keep talking about eating glass.
It has one. It has one
Counts.
glass person in it.
That's all you need.
I mean, Usagi was like in a glass window.
Yeah.
It's like half glass. Tuxedo Mask is right now glass. That's 3 people.
And he's stuck in glass. He's got to eat his way out.
Hey, real quick question. How is Tuxedo Mask not dead at this
That's
point?
a great
By the
question.
way.
That's a very good question.
Honestly, every episode, really. How is he not dead?
Oh.
There's no air holes in there.
Maybe all of his body has been converted to glass. No, that still doesn't make sense.
So this is picking up directly where we left off with last week's episode.
Well, good. If it didn't, we'd be disappointed.
Would be very weird if it didn't. But just to remind everybody, Kaola Knight has Usagi's transformation brooch, so Usagi can't transform into Sailor Moon. There's a monster named Cenicienta, who is she's a daemon made from a glass slipper. Tuxedo Mask is encased in glass, and Usagi is now trapped in a parking garage facing off against these 2 villains. But there are 2 Sailor Scouts there.
Well, yes.
There's Neptune and there's Uranus. The problem is they will not intervene because they need Usagi's pure heart.
Also, the other scouts are on the way. I mean, I know that kind of cuts the tension a little bit, but we do know
I'm
that they're
trying to
on the
build some
way.
tension here, Jordan. trying to do
We
a
do
thing,
know
but
for a
no,
fact.
You go ahead. You go ahead. Ruin the show. Ruin the show, please.
We saw them get a phone call, I mean a wrist call, saying, "Hi, I'm Luna. I'm an asshole, but go save Usagi."
Nice.
Oh, yeah. That's the other thing I want to mention. And I want, like, we were watching this episode. We get to the part, spoiler warning, everybody. We get to the part where Usagi has her pure heart ripped out of her body. And Aiden just looks over at me and goes, "It's still her birthday."
Yeah, this is still her birthday from
Everything
yesterday.
is happening on Usagi's 15th birthday right now. Just heads up for everybody.
Maybe what they didn't tell us was that every time they pulled out somebody's heart, it was on their birthday.
Oh, man. Maybe that's when your heart is at its purest.
Yeah.
Catherine, any thoughts?
I was gonna go for that, but you beat me to it. The purest on your birthday.
Oh,
Apologies. So yes, Usagi's trapped in the parking garage. And then what happens, Jordan? You want to tell everybody what happens? Go ahead and tell them what happens.
the scouts show up as promised in the previous episode. The Sailor Guardians are here.
Yeah, and Kaolinite decides that she should probably just bail on this whole thing. So she and
Fuck this.
Cenicienta and the glass encased tuxedo mask leave. But I don't know why she leaves. I mean, yes,
No.
she is outnumbered, but also she knows that like 100% of the daemons that that have been destroyed by Sailor Moon, right?
Yes.
It's been 100 episodes in, and how many Tokyo Tower fights have we had?
Not enough. I'm ready for it again. Let's do it.
See, honestly, the part I don't get is what's better about fighting on Tokyo Tower other than that it's cooler? Like, what advantage does she get?
The anime trope. Obviously, everything is better on the Tokyo Tower. No one's ever there.
They're gonna be like, it's gonna be a trap. But it's not really. It's exactly as much of a trap as this is.
I want you, Jordan,
Yes.
to look at Kaolinite and tell me what about her makes you think that she is not mega into drama.
All right. It's her exposed chest that makes me think that. Anyway, did you know Tokyo Tower? That is where the scouts will die, according to Kelly Knight.
Yes. It's point D.
No, it's Tokyo Tower. Come on. So then they fade away, and Usagi's bummed.
Yeah, because Usagi has she's lost her boyfriend, she's lost her transformation brooch, these other 4 girls have eaten her birthday cake.
Yep. They've eaten her birthday cake. And then they spot the other 2 scouts running away and are like, those fucking bastards were here the whole time.
Those assholes could have intervened and saved Mamoru and his weirdly odd-sized hat, but they did not.
Yep. So then Amy says, this is going to be a trap. You can't transform. We need a plan. And Usagi's like, I got your plan right here. I'm going to cry.
Bolts.
Oh, Usagi. So impulsive.
My first note here is Haruka is a babe, and so I'm just waiting for when that happens.
Well, I mean, that's pretty much that's an eternal note, I think.
I know, but I just disregarded this entire emotional scene of her, just the turmoil of her boyfriend getting taken away. Oh, here it is. Never mind.
Yeah,
I found it.
So Usagi runs outside, and just after those mysterious 2 Sailor Scouts have left, who should pull up but Haruka and Michiru, doing their signature, "Hey, get into the car."
Actually, she asks for a ride.
Yeah.
The tables have turned.
Yeah, but it's not like Haruka and Michiru don't know what they're doing.
Just a second of concern before they let her in the car.
I didn't even think about the fact that they are literally like, they heard them say, go to Tokyo Tower, and they're like, want to ride to Tokyo Tower? Just wondering. That's where we're headed.
Yeah, we're just headed to that giant building that is directly in front of us right now.
So they speed off into the night, leaving all of the scouts behind. Now, this shouldn't be a problem because scouts have super running powers, but
And
whatever.
they can fly, and they can teleport.
And they can fly sometimes. Well, they need all 5 to teleport.
That is true.
So she's like, did you make up with your boyfriend? And she's like, yeah. And then Monsieur looks sad about it.
Yeah, but he's glass now, so
Then they have the most fucked up conversation
Okay.
of the series.
But this conversation makes no fucking sense in the English dub. Like, I want you to, like, go back. Like, I was watching this, I was like, I have no idea what's going on. And at least when I watched it in Japanese, I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, in
I
the deep
guess.
dub?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or the
Cloverway.
Yeah, the deep dub.
The Cloverway.
Yeah. And it's just like, it's like bonkers. Like, I have no idea what they're talking about.
Well, let's tell people first the Japanese version. The Japanese version is that they go, so Usagi, you know how like everybody's willing to fuck over everyone else for their own good at all times? Yeah. Like basically if anybody can get ahead in any way, they'll be like, I'll just fucking let that other person die. That's just kind of how the world is. And Usagi's like, no, it isn't.
That doesn't sound right.
It's like the most fucked up. She literally starts it by saying, people always sacrifice others to survive.
Yeah, so the conversation they have is, hey, like, you know, sacrifice it, like people sacrificing, like everyone has to survive to sacrifice someone else. Like that's legit, right? Like that's what you got to do sometimes. And it's clearly Haruka and Michiru, but Haruka specifically trying to talk Usagi into being okay with Haruka sacrificing her life, which is which is an interesting little turn for Haruka because she's been such a jerk and so cold for the whole series so far. But she, like, we've gotten to the point where she's like, I can only do this if she understands why I'm doing it. And that's a really interesting turn, I thought, for her. That she wants Usagi to understand that it's not personal, you know, that it's a thing that has to be done, I guess.
It's not personal, it's business.
Yeah.
Also, that license plate, 420, just throwing it out there.
Do they really? I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
So what do they say in the dub? What does they say that's so confusing?
It's just like, I think they're trying to avoid, I think the English dub is trying to avoid really talking about like death, like dying. Whereas in the Japanese version, they're like, yeah, so, you know, like how people step on. I don't know. It just didn't make any sense to the situation. It seemed really forced. Where this one is like, it makes sense. And they're like talking out the process of kind of like what they're going through. Do you
Sure.
me? I don't know. It was just, I just remember watching it and just being like, what?
Weird.
I think it's worth mentioning. I always watch the Viz dub audio with the new subtitles. And one thing that's interesting to me is that in the subtitles, Haruka goes into like a metaphor about trampling on other people to get ahead. And in the dub, they stick with sacrifice. They make sure to like hit it really strong so that we know what's happening when this line comes back later. But yeah, Usagi goes, yeah, I don't think that's true. Usagi goes, what, like in a very Usagi response, what if we all worked together, though? Like, then we wouldn't have to sacrifice anybody. We could just all work together and be friends. I like that contrast between what Haruka thinks she has to do and the simplicity of being Usagi and kind of always knowing the right thing. You know, I think that's a really cool contrast.
I mean, yeah, I have a sneaking suspicion Usagi might be right about this.
I think that might be the case. What with her name being the title of the show.
Hey, sometimes Sailor Moon is wrong, right? I'm sure
Yeah.
there's a time once or twice.
And the thing she says is, yeah, okay, if you can come to terms with sacrificing someone to get ahead, that's one thing. What about the people that you're sacrificing? They might not be okay with that.
So then one of the big head slapper moments of the episode happens. They pull up to Tokyo Tower and she gets out and Haruka goes, you sure this is the place? It's like, yeah, it's the big red tower. I'm pretty confident. Tokyo Tower, pretty straightforward. Yep. Usagi obviously goes inside. Because it's an episode that focuses on her and Mamoru, there's an elevator.
That is a weird pattern. They get a lot done in elevators in this show.
Yes. That's their whole romance, takes place in elevators.
I like when Haruka punches the car. Again,
Yeah.
babe note.
Because again, when they get there and Usagi leaves, that's when Michiru is like, hey, yeah, Are you okay with it? Like, she didn't seem okay with it. Are you okay with killing her? And
How many times did we go over that topic?
but I really like this because it's so clear that like Haruka, like this episode really gets to why she's been so cold and why she's been such a jerk. Because she's very clearly feeling all these emotions and burying them because she has a mission. And I like it really recontextualizes her and it makes me like Haruka even more, you know?
Well, I certainly like her more when she's having some conflicts than when she was just walking around willing to let everyone die all the time, no problem.
Just getting off on bringing girls to their death.
Yeah, she was definitely going to kill Makoto.
Mm-hmm. The scouts show up. Oh, and the cats are there now, too, by the way. Just standing around.
No, they brought important things to Sailor Venus.
Oh, did they show up earlier?
Oh, no. But
Oh, just now.
yeah, just now.
Right, because they're like, hold on, Sailor Venus, yeah, we got to talk about the thing with the thing, where you're going to do that thing. And she's like, Meanwhile, the elevator gets to the top, and Usagi gets out. And Tuxedo Mask, by the way, Tuxedo Mask's crystal has changed.
they've cut it a little bit. They've made it into a crystal.
Yeah,
they're like, hey,
it used to be
looks like
blobby.
he should be imprisoned in crystals. This guy looks like that's a thing that happens to him on a fairly regular basis.
Yeah, I don't know if the animators were just like, it's Tuxedo Mask in glass, and one group said, I got it. And they were like, well, do you want the reference? And they were like, no, I got it. Because, yeah, he used to be blobby, now he's all cut crystal. And she's going to smash him to pieces. Kaori Knight's going to smash him to pieces if Usagi doesn't do what she says. Now, again, what is...
Are you about to ask what we could possibly lose if she smashes him to pieces? Because I have thought the same thing. Like, I thought, like, well, let's see. What's the downside
The
here?
love of Usagi's life. She would be down in the dumps forever. No, I was asking why did we change the venue to Tokyo Tower? But okay, because then the same stuff happens that would have happened anyway. So Cenicienta shows up and flexes, and the tattoo appears, and Heartbeam.
And Usagi's pure heart comes out, and it is strobe light shining.
It's so bright.
You know it's a good one. You know it's such
It's
a good
gotta
one.
have a talisman in it.
Yeah, it's such a pure heart. It's the purest heart they've ever seen. But before they can examine it to make sure it's a talisman, which I think we all know it is at this point.
Or it's gonna be, of course.
Obviously, it's going to be a talisman. Something happens that involves rose petals, but is not the usual thing that happens that involves rose petals.
It couldn't be Tuxedo Mask. He's frozen in a crystal.
It's Haruka and Michiru, and I don't know why there are rose petals. Catherine, do you know why there are rose petals?
No, I can't help you. Just psych the audience out.
The only explanation I have is the rose petals are the petals from the roses that appear around their faces whenever somebody looks at them because they fall in love with them.
Oh, true. Or Haruka is now replacing Darien because at the end of this episode, unfortunately, shatters.
Oh, no! Haruka and Michiru snatch Usagi's heart that is so bright and is so beautiful and obviously is a talisman. Oh, it's not a talisman.
I think when I originally saw this episode, I thought they were lying.
You thought they were lying?
I thought they were too.
Yeah, like in my youth. Because, like, I don't know, she kind of hesitates. And I was like, is she lying? Because they had that huge buildup of, like, would you sacrifice one person for the lives of many? And then I was like, just reading way too much into it. And I was like, they're lying. Just a talisman. But, no. I mean,
No.
maybe.
Yeah, I honestly thought when this scene started, I thought it was gonna be like, oh, it's this pure heart. Oh, it's not a talisman. I guess we can just put it back. And that was gonna be like the turn, but like Haruka was gonna decide that it's not worth it to kill someone because she's never actually been faced with that before. So I'm in the same boat with you, Catherine.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the thing about that. You're saying she's never been faced with that before? Yes and no. She's never been faced with it being someone she cared about before, but there have been other episodes where she does not give a flying fuck if that heart goes back into that
But
chest.
they've never been talismans.
She's just like, that's not it, drop.
She's never like
Oh,
had to
that
be
part.
like
Yes,
she's
you're
never
right.
had to worry about whether or not she needs to keep it. Like that's what I'm
Yeah,
talking about.
and be gentle with it.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. She just doesn't give a shit if the person dies, usually.
Yeah, like, but I mean, usually there's also someone there to take care of it. Unless there's, as we have theorized, unless there's like so many times that just didn't make it onto the show where the Sailor Scouts didn't show up, and so they're just like, it's like this heart's trash, and throw it on the concrete, and that dude dies.
Yeah. Do we believe that the first episode where the Sailor Scouts met them was the first time they ever did this? Because I don't know about that.
There's an episode in the future where they kind of like go through their backstory.
Uh-huh.
And I can't remember, but like their whole mission, I feel like from the point of them like realizing that they're Sailor Scouts has been this one, I'm pretty sure, question mark. But I think they go into it.
Okay. I can't wait to find out then.
No spoilers.
So everybody present, because by the way, Haruka is not just, or rather Sailor Uranus is not just like, oh, this isn't one. She's like, this is not a talisman. And so the whole room, including Kaori Knight, is like, what? That's impossible. It's so fucking bright. How could it not be a talisman? People are flipping their shit, and they're like, no, it isn't. It's very bright because it's the best heart in the entire world. She's just super, super nice, but that has nothing to do with talismans. This was all for nothing. We're putting it back in her. Don't worry about it. Game over. Episode done. Forget it.
Yeah.
So now that that's decided, everybody can just go home and be safe, right? Well, not quite. Because Kaori Knight's like, all right, fine. She doesn't have a talisman. Fair enough. No problem. We're still going to kill the shit out of her because she's Sailor Moon. Exactly. Because what do you think is running through Uranus and Neptune's head at this point?
I mean, how has this escaped them for so long?
It's magical. There's magical appearance changes.
No, absolutely. But like in the manga, obviously this whole talisman search doesn't happen, but like Usagi figures it out, and I'm actually so proud of her because it's like the first time I was like, wow, you did it. But she like figures out within like a chapter that it's them. And so like watching this is like painful. I'm just like, get to it, please.
There is magic.
Yes, I believe in the magic.
It's either already happened or it happens later in this episode that Haruka says to Michiru, you know who Sailor Moon reminds me of? Is that Bunhead.
Yeah.
Which is like how much magic is there is the question.
Wait, it must be in a previous episode, right?
I think
it was in this one.
I think it's in this one.
But they just told her. I'm super confused because she just found out that she's Sailor Moon.
Oh yeah, but she doesn't find out. She's about to find out that she's not Sailor Moon, though, Jordan.
Oh, right.
Is the thing.
No, you're right.
Because no sooner has Kayla Knight been like, yeah, that's Sailor Moon, so we're still gonna kill her. And by the way, I love that all the good guys' plans in this episode are to remove Kayla Knight's need to kill Usagi. Like, no, don't worry about her heart. It's a trash heart. It's fine. It can go back into her chest. Also, she's not Sailor Moon. You don't need to kill her. Like, that's gonna... Like, Kayla Knight at this point clearly doesn't care. Kayla Knight would just kill her regardless. But...
Why waste the energy?
But she hears someone say, that's not Sailor Moon. And it is Sailor Moon saying it.
Not only do you chase after an innocent girl's pure heart, but you mistake her for me? And then she does the hand motions that only Sailor Moon does.
Only Sailor Moon does.
In the name of the moon, she will punish her. And that brings us to...
the act break.
That's right, it's the act break. So we're going to do some of your listener questions from Twitter.
That's right. Normally, this would be where we would thank our newest Patreon backers, the people who have gone to patreon.com/sailorbusiness and kicked in as little as $1 every month to help us out and keep the show going and help us do some new stuff for the show, like bonus episodes, and get some enamel pins made for our listeners. But amazingly, no one managed to time it this week.
Yeah, nobody did the clever thing of Patreoning us right as we were recording.
I did get one at the start of our first episode, but since we haven't read off the Patreon backers, that got in last week's. So if you do want to become a backer, if you do want to support the show monetarily, that would be amazing of you. You can go to patreon.com/sailorbusiness, and that will support both Sailor Business and Xena Warrior Business, the sister podcast that I do with Ali Stock. But yes, now is the time where we answer some Twitter questions. Catherine, are you ready for Twitter questions?
I am so ready.
All right, let's do this then.
I've got a whole bunch. Stephanie Moore wants to know, Chris, you always have a lot of opinions on the fashion in the show. Do you have some background there?
None at all. No, I just
You just like girls' clothes.
yeah, I just like character designs, and I like one of the things that I really love about Sailor Moon, and I think you get this a lot in anime in general, is that they're not just wearing the same outfits all the time. You know, they don't just have the closet full of the same shirt. Like, they have different stuff that they wear. And with Sailor Moon being so influenced by high fashion, like, I mean, we talked about the Spectre Sisters and how their designs came about. Like, I think it would be silly to not talk about it. But no, I don't have any actual knowledge of or background in fashion or, honestly, in character design, other than being, working in comics.
Catherine, do you have any fashion background?
No. But I do have character design background.
That's true. That's a good point.
Yeah, but no. The outfits are definitely one of the best parts. I don't know. I love when the costumes change too, and I actually love in the show when you talk about them, because I'm like, oh, that's so cute. Although I usually think every outfit is great, if that speaks anything about how I dress.
All of them? I mean, there's some bad ones in
okay. Mine is anything Darien wears.
I don't know. I feel like Makoto has some terrible clothes once in a while.
I mean, like, I feel like those clothes are coming back. Like, they've got the style, maybe not the color coordination, but I'm sure if you went out on the streets, or I can't even think of any store names right now, but they have the exact same clothing out right now. The 90s are back, and it's beautiful.
They do. Everybody's got a couple bad ones. Like we talked about Ami's outfit from a few weeks ago, where she had a poofy sleeved blouse with a cameo at the neck, and then shorts and hiking boots, like Timberlands.
Yeah, not good.
And honestly, I hate Rhea's pink overalls too.
I'd be all over those. I'd see those in a store and be like, well, I guess these are mine now.
Well, there you go. I have no background, so.
Here's a fun question. I think kind of an easy one, but a fun one. Hey James wants to know, in each of the couples in Sailor Moon, which is the dog and which is the cat? So this goes back to a thing I said, that in every couple there's a dog and there's a cat. I mean, I think it's pretty clear. Darien is the cat, Usagi's the dog.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, in Mars and Venus, Mars is
Firewood.
Yes, in Firewood, Mars is the cat.
Yeah.
And Venus is the dog.
Yeah.
I don't know about
Cookbook's
Cookbook.
really
That's a little
tough.
tricky.
Ooh. Haruka is the dog and Mishuru is the cat.
Really? I think.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
You think
oh,
so?
Yeah.
There's a line in the very last season that is so good.
Well, go
And
ahead.
I don't want
You
to
can
spoil
do
it for you. Okay, I don't know. There's actually no, this kind of, I feel like this might go against what I'm saying. But Mishuru is helping Haruka off a building because she's fallen, and she basically tells her oh, you've been eating too much because she was heavy or whatever. But then Haruka's I don't. Actually, no. See, this is not a good example. Never mind. I take back what I said. Okay, I have another example though. Later, I don't know. We have a lot of Haruka kind of going around seeming really seductive to Usagi and stuff like that, but Mishima really does that to the Sailor Stars.
Okay.
And she's in a room and she asks one of them to help her undo her dress, and it's just I don't know. She's very cat-like to me.
Yeah, I feel like I mean, Haruka is she's definitely the dominant person in the relationship, in the sense that well, she's the one who says, let's do this, let's do that, let's do this, let's do that. And Mishiro is always yes, sure, whatever. But I don't think, but Mishiro doesn't yip after her like a dog. She's just yeah, okay, whatever. I'm she's a cool cat. And Haruka's just a tough guy dog. That's all.
Yeah. Well, and there's also these little parts where she drags Haruka away. I don't know. I just feel Haruka, especially in the later part of the seasons, really weighs on her hand and foot.
What do you think, Chris?
I don't know. Here's my question.
Please.
Luna and Artemis, who's the dog and who's the cat?
Luna
I mean-
is the cat.
Yeah, Luna's super the cat.
But Artemis is also a cat.
Ha ha ha. We got to answer Cookbook. We can't let Cookbook not be part of this.
I think Amy is the cat.
Yeah, I think
I would go with that.
I think Ami is the cat. Yeah.
Okay. All right. We solved it. Back the case.
Phew.
Riley the Cranky wants to know, didn't Memoru brainwash Matoki into believing that he was his best friend or something back in the day? I don't know where that comes from. I don't remember that. Anybody have any thoughts or information on this?
I got nothing on this one.
Okay, me neither. Sorry, Riley. We have no idea what you're talking about. If you've got more info, shoot it our way. Jedite wants to know, Dr. Tomoe's whole plan is based around getting some mythical object, but where is his business plan?
Well, look, he's got a lab
Science.
assistant. He's got some
Yeah.
property. He's got multiple offices, as we're gonna see. I think he's doing pretty well for himself.
No, he has a whole school.
Does he?
Oh.
Sorry, I know that was a spoiler, but
It's all good. It's all good.
Spoilers.
I mean, you have one episode till it gets into it.
Yeah. We're getting to new stuff. Stephen Bush wants to know, which Sailor Scout is the Fujoshi of the group?
It's Mars. It's very obviously Mars.
Yes, that's what I thought as well. I did when we got this question, I did have to look up what that meant. So for the purpose of any listeners who don't know, it's fangirls of boy love comic manga and stuff.
Yaoi fangirls. Yeah, it's
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Who did you say? Ray?
Mars.
Really? And not Venus?
You think Venus? See, I don't know.
we've only ever seen Minako read manga about herself.
Literally?
But we have seen Mars's manga collection, and it's Mars. It's I am not backing down on this point. It's absolutely Mars.
I can't remember. Has it already happened where they go to an X-rated film?
What?
What?
Wait, Venus. They're like they're going to a movie, and it's like called like it's like XX like, and then Artemis is like what, and she like shoves him in her bag.
Oh no, that happened.
Yeah.
We didn't think it was a porn though.
Oh, it was like triple X. It was like a romance, but like
Was it Triple X starring Vin Diesel?
you know what? Also, wouldn't put that past her.
Because that's not that. You don't have to be a Fujoshi to be into
It was
that.
State of the Union. I remember that happening where they went to a movie because I remember Luna like wanted to go see a movie about a cat detective or something in the American dub, and they were like, "That sounds stupid," and there was all this weird stuff. I definitely remember us watching that episode.
Now I'm doubting myself, but I'm almost 100% certain that this happened.
And we also just recently saw an episode where Mars had a cross-dressing comic, or not comic magazine. Remember?
I don't know, man. I'm sticking to my guns here. I mean, like, I'm sure they share.
Sure.
I mean, look. It's like, in all honesty, it's all
Yeah.
of them.
What?
But it's definitely Mars.
But like, Venus is so like, I'm pretty sure she like gets the nosebleeds, like does all the typical like garbage that you see.
All right, and then last thing.
Right, let's do one more. Yeah.
If the scouts ever, this is from Tim Spencer. If the scouts ever went against a giant monster, would Luna be able to poop out giant robots, and what would they look like?
I would love to see that. I'd love to see like a Super Sentai like monster growth sequence, and then they like go around a corner and Luna's just like laying on the ground exhausted. She's like, yeah, they're over there. Like, there, just go. Just don't ask, just go.
So if the, I mean, don't they all have to be like animals?
They're like
They don't
beasts.
necessarily have to be animals.
If the scouts were going to, no, okay. I was gonna say if they were going to like, what do you call it? Drift. Who would they drift with? But I think you guys already would tell me. They would drift
Yeah.
Bathbook and Firewood, so it's fine.
Well, yeah. The weird thing is that Usagi wouldn't have anybody to
I
drift
know.
with, which is a real shame. All right, so that is that for our listener question segment of the week. What do you say we get back to the episode?
That sounds great.
So yeah, when we left off, Sailor Moon had just arrived to save Usagi.
What?
But how can that be? Usagi Tsukino is secretly Sailor Moon, the pretty guardian of love and justice.
This is like some classic Silver Age Superman shit.
It very much is. And guess what? I'm fucking into it.
Yeah.
So finally, we go back and we get a pan up from the ground reveal of Minako as a bootleg ass Sailor Moon. It's so good. The bow on the back of her skirt is the wrong color. She's covered in glitter. She's got her hair done up in odongos, but her hair isn't as long as Usagi's, so they just kind of come out and they're like Harley Quinn ears. I guess those aren't ears.
They're pigtails.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, like in her original costume. They're like, you know what I'm talking about, the little puffballs.
Oh, yeah, I see.
Yeah, so she's got like these big Harley Quinn pigtails that are all curled. And then it cuts to Usagi, and Usagi is silently screaming, and it's fucking amazing.
What I love about the costume, though, like how it's like just slightly off, it's just like exactly how like when Usagi would be like, "Oh, turn me into like a pilot or whatever," and it would just be like a little weird. Like you just like it never made sense really her costume, like how they dressed her, and I just love if that was a gag throughout the entire thing, that it would just be like a little bit off.
Well, we're gonna find out. At the Minako is good. Like this, it's Minako. I don't know if I said that, but it's Minako. We're gonna find out at the end of the episode that Minako says, "Yeah, I borrowed the disguise pen so that I could get it right." And I'm like, "Well, no, this just looks like you put on an outfit over your outfit. Like, this does not look like there was a magic disguise pen involved. This looks." So very clearly like a bootleg Sailor Moon action figure. This is like Space Moon Fighter. What is that? What is that one that we saw? Planet Girl. This is Planet Girl.
Planet Girl, yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
Chris, I've got some bad news.
Yes?
According to the internet, this is the last use of the disguise pen.
Oh,
yeah. Goes out with a bang, though.
Yeah, this is the last time. And it hasn't been used in like 50 episodes. Oh, yeah. And this is the last time.
It's finally coming back.
And I also like that it's like originally hers also, because she had it in Sailor V.
Oh, that's right. She did.
I just love that like it's going to be revealed like, no. This is magic. This is exactly what you look like. It's so wrong. And Minako almost immediately fucks up the plan.
Yeah, because Kaori Knight goes, something looks a little wrong. And Mina goes, "You've got a problem with my perfect disguise?"
Yeah. And immediately, like, all the other scouts are, like, covering her mouth and being like, no. What she meant is that she's real. And Emily comes up, she's like, yeah, she's, like, super real. And even the cats are holding up a sign that says, she's real. Which is, like, this episode gets so amazing. And they go, okay, well, if you're Sailor Moon, who's that? And Minako's like, I don't know. She's just one of my fans, probably. And then Ray Hino, which, look, I know that at the start of this show, we were really down on Ray. We were maybe even a little unnecessarily harsh on Ray. But, and she's gotten better. She's gotten a lot better. But Ray Hino immediately jumps on this opportunity and just, like, slides into frame and goes, she's too much of a klutz and a crybaby to be a Sailor Guardian. Like, you can tell she has been, like, she's drawn amazingly. She's so happy about it. Like, just so happy to be saying it.
It's because she was so nice earlier. She's just built up all this rage to throw on her.
It's very good. It's very, very good.
Whereas Mina says, you have to be smart and good-looking like me to be a Sailor Scout.
Yeah, and then we come back to Usagi, who is turning bright red and, like, just vibrating in place.
It's pretty funny. It's pretty amazing.
It's great. It's great. And then Haruka goes, this has been quite a farce. Oh, which is fantastic. So they go to leave, but then Kaolinite uses her super telepathy earthquake powers?
Yeah.
To get some glass ready.
Yeah.
For later.
Uh-huh. To chow down on.
Oh, God.
So she smashes all the windows and tears open the roof with power we've never seen before. Like, what? Why didn't you just use this on the Sailor Scouts? You could just be smashing them to bits, apparently, anytime you want to, but you don't.
And she also throws down the transformation brooch in disgust, and it slides across the floor right over to Usagi, I should say. Not to Sailor Moon, who's in the lineup with the other Sailor Scouts with her wrong color choker. So Kayla Knight goes off to fight Haruka and Neptune and Uranus, while Cenicienta stays behind to fight the other 4 Sailor Scouts and one definitely not Sailor Scout girl.
And Sailor Moon does her patented Sailor Kick
Yep,
that she always does.
sounds right to me.
I love this part.
It's pretty great.
It's so good. It's so good. I love the Sailor Kick. The Sailor Kick is great. She breaks off Cenicienta's hand,
Her arm.
and Cenicienta
Her hand.
pulls out her warranty. Like, this episode goes full on fucking Looney Tunes for like a good 10 minutes.
Does she even get to glue it back on? No. And then she does the moon love chain.
Yes, she says, "It's my love me moon chain," and I gotta say, I know I've been talking a lot about how good the Viz dub is, and really you need to get these DVDs because the cast is phenomenal. But Sailor Venus is Shirami Lee, and she does such a good job here. Like in the Viz dub, she jumps up and she calls her attack Moon Mooney Love Me Moon Chain.
Oh man.
Which I love it. I love it. Cause she's like, yeah, I'm Sailor Moon. This is the Moon Love Me Moon attack. But she's still like getting her stuff in. It's great. I love it.
So then Usagi transforms again in front of the monster, and the monster's like, "Wait, you were Sailor Moon?" And the answer is, of course, yes.
Yes, naturally.
The real deal. The real deal's the best.
So now all the Sailor Scouts the Inner Senshi are together to unite against this monster and hopefully save Tuxedo Mask, who, by my calculations, has not had air in about 15 minutes.
Oh, longer than that. She had to get all the way to Tokyo Tower.
Yeah, but there was no traffic.
Well, if we're assuming the events of the show happen in real time.
No. She drove across town.
Yeah, but there's no traffic.
Well, that's true. There
It's
was
Tokyo.
literally no
There's never any traffic in Tokyo.
Oh, also, like, this show can be ridiculous sometimes.
Oh, what?
Because you know how, like,
Can it?
I know I'm shocking everybody. Because, like, every other episode of the show, every other episode of this season, Sailor Moon transforms into Sailor Moon and then dicks around for 10 minutes, and then somebody goes, "Sailor Moon, kill the monster." And she's like, "Oh, yeah." And she kills the monster. This one time she goes, "I'm going to transform, I'm Sailor Moon," dead.
Well, Darian's in trouble, man. She's got bigger
That's
fish to
true.
fry.
That's true.
There's also a really cool bit where when she's giving her speech, in which she refers to herself as, "I am the trendy and cool, beautiful guardian in a sailor suit." She gets 2 backgrounds that say, "The original, the real deal," and then when she's giving her "In the name of the moon, I will punish you" pose, behind her it says, "We'd have it no other way." So it's a very, like, I love the idea that, the show itself is being like, yeah, Usagi, she's great.
And as she murders the monster yells out, "You liar!"
Oh, so good.
And then she gets heart attacked.
Well, I'm glad we got such a silly episode with so many silly things going on. Such just some goofy, lighthearted fun here at the end of the episode. So I guess it's time for Sailor Business Says.
Wait. Well, first another nice thing happens. Mamoru's just fine. Don't worry
Yeah,
about
he's
it.
fine. Don't worry about him.
The monster dies and the glass just goes away and he's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't really make a ton of sense, but then the episode's over for real.
Yeah, we're done. Oh no, wait! It says there's a problem with my DVD here. It says there's 9 minutes left in the episode. That's weird.
Oh, right. You know what? Like, I think Uranus and Neptune have just been standing around staring at Kaoli Knight for no reason for like 10 minutes.
So yeah, Kaola Knight gets a weird, like, green flash where she senses that Cenicienta has been defeated. So now she knows that that it's up. So the plan is going south on her.
So then Uranus attacks her, but dude, somehow Kaori Knight hurts Uranus's cuff of her shoulder.
Right?
Please.
It's so good because it's
By
like
blocking.
it's like in a samurai movie when like they like someone like cut the tree and then it'll like it's standing and then it'll slowly like slide down at an angle, except it's like the little like ridge on her shoulders, like she lands after this like mid-air conflict with Kaolinite, and then it just slowly slides off her shoulder.
But she doesn't even have a weapon at this point.
Oh, Kaolinite also blows up the Tokyo Tower.
That's why she
that's
brought
true.
them there. She pre-planned. She set up the bombs, and she made them all go there.
Ridiculous.
So Usagi, Sailor Moon, is like, hey, we gotta go save Neptune and Uranus. And Venus, Mars, and Jupiter go, yeah, no, fuck them. They are assholes. We're out of here.
I mean, well, because like that's the thing. Usagi then goes, we have to. They saved me, and it's like, they kind of saved you a little after they specifically didn't save you a lot.
Yeah. Like, you'd think Jupiter would be like, hey, they didn't save me.
No, they're not petty.
And then Usagi, with tears streaming down her face, goes, okay, let's go save their lives. But first, please change out of your disguise. It's freaking me out. I love this because I can't imagine how weird it would be to have a friend who basically looks like me that then dresses in my very distinct clothes. It's great.
It would be pretty amazing.
Yeah. And it's so upsetting for Usagi.
Next time you go to a convention with Chad, just have him dress in your
Oh
clothes.
yeah, like whenever I go to a convention, there's like 1,000 dudes who look exactly like me.
There you go.
Oh, really?
There you go.
There's some heavy-set white dudes at this comic book convention.
So now we get Kaori using her Medusa hair, hardcore, attacking Uranus and Neptune with her red hair as a weapon.
Yeah. I love that it takes the form of like a weird wipe. Like we cut from scene to scene with her hair. But like
Oh yeah.
this is the hair stuff kind like I know we've seen it before, but it kind of shows up out of nowhere, right? Like it's never really mentioned.
No, we don't address it. Why does she? Yeah, no, I have no idea why. And again, it's not like it's her thing. You know what I mean? It's not like everything she does is her hair. It's just once in a while. It's like here's a little hair. Here's a little hair thing.
Yeah. But now it's like we're getting some big hair things.
Now, also, we get a great speech.
The speech is so great. Catherine, do you want to do the honors on this one?
I'm saying the speech.
Yes, please.
Okay. I won't allow you to blow up the tower that sends happy, fun TV programs to living rooms all over the country. In the name of the viewers, we punish you.
Yeah.
When we were
Beautiful.
watching this, when she said, in the name of the viewers, we will punish you, I looked over at Aiden and went, that's us! We're the viewers! She's doing it for us! She's on our side! This episode's so great.
Then they go, we've got your number, Kaori Knight. What are you going to do? Run away like you always do, you fucking loser?
And she's like, no. Hey, guess what? Shoes come in pairs. And pulls out the other glass slipper. And then she pulls out, what is it? It's like
Science.
concentrated daemon essence?
Yes,
Yeah.
let's say. She gives herself all the powers of the Cenicienta daemon. So she's got the sword, and she can vomit glass. Yes. And then, again, like a nice villain, she allows them to have a moment without attacking. So they can have... So Sailor Moon can run up to Uranus and be like, you're injured.
Yeah. And so Usagi, or Sailor Moon, I need to use her proper name when she's a superhero. She's like, hey, Uranus, Neptune, you get out of here. We'll take care of her. And Haruga's like, or Uranus is like, yeah, okay, bye. Sacrifice yourselves, bye, later, peace out, deuces. And the only reason they don't leave is that now also apparently Kaolinite has the power to project force fields. Kaolinite gets like 18 superpowers in this episode. It's bananas.
Yeah, it's pretty stupid. But what are you going to do? So now they have nowhere to run. So are they ready to die? No, obviously not. They're going to Burning Mandala and they're going to, shoot lightning. What's her move?
Supreme Thunder.
But it does nothing. Why? Because, again, I don't know. It just doesn't. Don't worry about it.
No reason for it to do nothing.
Bracelets.
Yeah, bracelets. She's holding her bracelet up. So then Venus says scatter, and Mercury goes, no, don't. Okay? And then Mercury says the only thing that can win is a Sailor Planet attack.
And everybody goes, oh, right, the superpower that we always forget we have.
But then Tuxedo Mask goes, I'm tired of just standing around while these girls save me. I'm going to fight too. And he gets to have his sword fight action again so that the scouts can have the time to do the planet power.
Yeah, this episode, so far off the rails at this point. It's great. It's off the rails like Toden.
Oh, by the way, and then she does vomit glass on Tuxedo Mask again, and he almost gets frozen in glass again.
Yeah, like, you'd think if there was one thing Tuxedo Mask would be really worried about, it would be like shards of things flying at him.
Yep, he gets impaled a lot. More than most.
More than once, which is the number of times most people can be impaled. Most of us have the capacity to have that happen one time. Not old Mamoru Chiba. Not old Darian Shields. So they do Sailor Planet Power, which, in case you forget, is basically just jazz hands. Very destructive jazz hands. And that...
that totally kills her, and then it's over.
Nope.
What?
We're not over yet.
That's their most powerful attack.
I know, Jordan. I know.
Well, what could it possibly be? Well, I'll tell you. I'm sure, having survived their most powerful attack, there's going to be some real sensible way that she gets killed that is clearly understandable and that we will make sense of, right?
Not
Yeah.
so much.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? You understood what happened and why?
I mean, how embarrassing for them. Here's our strongest attack, and Sailor Uranus just one-shots her.
Why? Why does this work? So, okay, here's what happens physically, for those of you who are just listening. Kaori Knight is vomiting glass at the Sailor Scouts, and Uranus just goes, I'm going to throw my world shaking right down the center like a bowling ball. It's going to be no problem. It goes through all the vomited glass.
Sends it backwards.
Yeah, hits Kaori in the stomach, and then for some reason, all the vomited glass goes, I'm going to follow that thing back to home base, and then it encases her in glass. Why? What? Why?
And then she falls off the Tokyo Tower, and there's like a little lens flare, and Kaolinite's dead?
Yes.
So that's it.
R.I.P.
That's R.I.P. in pieces. Kaolinite.
Yeah.
Literally in shattered pieces.
Yeah. Hey, it's like really weird that the Sailor Senshi end this battle by turning a person to glass and throwing them off a building, and then she shatters into a million pieces and dies. I just want to point out that that's really weird.
Yeah, there's a lot of frozen blood at the foot of Tokyo Tower right now.
That's not as weird in the context of the Sailor Moon manga, where Jupiter makes her debut by, like, burning Nephrite to death with lightning, but it's still pretty weird.
So this is the part you were talking about. As Uranus and Neptune are sneaking away, Uranus says to Neptune, it's funny, Sailor Moon does look like Bunhead, doesn't she?
Gazes up into the moon.
But obviously isn't, because we both saw them there. Hey, where did Bunhead go anyway?
Yeah, well, she's
remember that part where,
like, I hope Bunhead's
like there was
not
no
dead
Sailor Venus
from when the Tokyo Tower exploded around her.
Right. Because like there were 4 Sailor Scouts there and Bunhead, and then Bunhead was gone and there were 5 Sailor Scouts. Maybe Bunhead is Sailor Venus.
Ooh.
So then Mamoru has to apologize for losing her present.
Memoria's got to be like, hey, how about like a teddy bear next time? How about like something soft? How about like maybe like a pillow? What if we get you a nice pillow for your birthday next year? So that I can be encased in pillows, which actually sounds very pleasant.
So he gets suffocated? More like give her like nothing. Just like a date.
Oof, I don't know
Like
about
nothing?
weaponized nothing.
My favorite line of the episode that I wrote down: "If you're going to flirt, I'm going to have to ask you to leave." That's what Ray says, because Usagi and Memoru are sitting outside of the at the shrine flirting, and the others are inside studying.
Yeah. So that's the end of the episode. We ended there, right?
Well, not quite, because you remember that time when a villain died and another villain could sense that they died. It's like we're going to continue on that theme, because now Professor Tomo is getting a phone call from who? Great question. Saying Kaori Knight is dead. How does this person know that she's dead? Great question. Don't have an answer. But he would like her to take Kaori's place. You're the only one I can count on, Udile.
And this is great because she's getting a promotion because it looks like she's sitting in like at an office desk, like doing computer work in the dark in a room full of pipes.
Yep.
Like she's in like the Windows 95 screensaver, like trying to get some typing done in a room that does not have lights. So she's just been promoted to lab assistant, and we will find out more about Udile in the future.
What an episode.
That's the end. Great episode. But now it is time for us to talk about what we learned from it. It's time for Sailor Business Says. And Catherine, we will start with you. What did you learn from this episode of Sailor Moon?
I learned that Sailor Venus is the ultimate Sailor Moon.
No, did you say
The
ultimate
better.
or alternate?
Ultimate. The best version of Sailor Moon.
Jordan, what did you learn?
I learned that apparently what Japanese people think the Tokyo Tower is good for is delivering TV shows.
That's what it does. Jordan?
Yeah, well, it's not just
And
it's clearly a recreation of the Eiffel Tower. You would think it was a tourist attraction of some sort,
but it's
but
a
no,
functional broadcast tower. That's what its actual
Great.
purpose is.
All right, well, good.
Yeah, I mean, look, you
I didn't
actually
know that.
learned
Then
something.
I learned that.
he learned it. Yeah.
Oh my god, we're 102 episodes into this. We actually learned something in Sailor Business Says.
How about you, Chris?
I learned that there's a very good reason that no one can tell Usagi Tsukino is actually Sailor Moon, because apparently what magic makes her look like is something completely different from the way she actually looks. So that does it for episode 102. Final thoughts on the episode. Now, Catherine, you chose this one, and you said that you mainly chose these two because you wanted to do this one. And with Venus being your favorite scout, I can absolutely see why. This is the best Venus moment we have gotten on the show.
Yes. Yeah, no, definitely. And, like, I feel like this is, like, the first time you really see, like, a reflection of how she is in the manga, where it's kind of like she's the leader of the inner senshi. They did it in a fun way, even though it's not necessarily what would happen in the verbatim for the manga. But I don't know, it's fun and, I mean, lighthearted, even though they murdered someone. But, yeah, it's definitely a fave.
Were you a fan of Kayla Knight as well? Because I see her as being very much in the vein of Esmeralda.
Esmeralda.
But like
No,
better. Like honestly, better than Esmeralda. I'm sorry.
really. I don't know. I find her fairly forgettable.
Really? That's surprising.
Not that like she's obviously a great character, but like you haven't watched the next bit.
It's true.
So you might see why I think that.
Yeah, I might like Aiden went ahead and like read up on the Witches 5.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know anything about them other than that they are the Witches 5 and that Udale is the first one. But I'm pretty excited to get to them.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
I absolutely see Kayla Knight as like she doesn't have the personality that Esmeralda has. Like Esmeralda has so much personality in her, you know, what are way fewer and way less consequential appearances than I always remember when I think about her. But like, she gets so fun in these last 2 episodes where she's like, oh yeah, fuck it. I can teleport. My hair is magic. I get monster powers. I have telepathy. I can fly. Like, she starts busting out all kinds of superpowers, and it's really, really fun to see her get to do that as her last appearance.
I also want to just take back what I said because I just remembered something that also happens later, and I keep forgetting where we are in the story. So I take back my statement about how she's forgettable.
Does she come back?
even though I forgot about stuff, which is interesting. Anyway, but no, I just forgot about something that happens later, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Excellent.
Sorry.
All right, Jordan, any thoughts from you on the episode? I think this is a great one. This is absolutely worth watching if you're the kind of person who doesn't watch every episode. I feel like you could maybe even skip the first half of Birthday Blues and go straight to this.
I mean, it was super fun. So yeah, I like this one a lot.
Yeah, I think this one makes up for everybody being assholes in the first one.
I mean, they're still kind of assholes. I mean,
yeah, but they're they're not eating her birthday cake in this episode. But there's some fun stuff going on. But yeah, I think that actually does it for Sailor Moon episode 102. Before we let you go, Catherine, do you have anything else you'd like to talk about?
No, I'm good, thank you.
All right, then where can everybody find you online?
I can be found on Instagram at Catherine Dubs, and as well on Tumblr as Catherine Dubs and Rub Dub at Tumblr as well.
And that's Dub with 2 B's.
Yes.